Ooh, hello, in a different room. This is my sort of one of those add-ons. This old house was built around 1912. It was just a two-room wooden cottage, and it's still here, but it's all been built around. So it's had things added on in the 1930s, and this is probably a 1950s add-on. One of those things they did in the 50s, somewhere for the kids to. What have I done here? Get off there, you. Oh no. Ah, that's better. Oh, geez, sorry. That's better. Not used to moving around. Yes, woofle waffle. Change in the season, terrible hay fever, allergies. I'm out in farm country. All the bloody farmers have been burning off for the last 2 weeks, burning off the summer and crops and digging it in for winter crops. So for people like me that have suffered from allergies all my life, I never get sick, except I'm always sick. If you have allergies, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I always feel about 65%, 70 max, but I never get really sick. So there you go. Just had an urge to do my Axis Bowlers Love as a bit of a, I made one a couple of days ago, and man, this album is the album that absolutely changed my life above any other. Now this here, I got 4 copies. I've had others. This is my original Australian mono Axis Bowlers Love. Oh, please don't do that. Hang on. So my original Australian Axis Bowlers Love. I won't open it up. Everyone knows what it looks like. But this, I bought this in, I think, January 1968 at my local record bar. I'd already bought other Hendrix EPs and singles there over the previous 12 months. And I saw 3 copies of this up on the wall, and they were, I think, albums cost $25 Australian at the time. And there were 3 of them for $3.85, which is like about 2/3 the normal price. So I bought one, took it home, and played it non-stop all weekend. I just play it, go have a break, do it again and again and again. This is his most poetic album. It's jazzy as hell. Mitch Mitchell is really, really good on this. Mitch Mitchell's a good jazz drummer, not a genius, but a good one. And so this album, wow, this album really changed my life. Sergeant Pepper did, but not in a deep way. This is deep stuff. Look, Electric Ladyland's a better album in that it's better recorded and it sounds unreal. I've got a great Australian copy here, in minus. But this one's been played a lot. You have, I reckon, over 100 times, and it still plays fine. That's the beauty of mono. They just don't wear out. The only thing I got about this one is, since getting CDs and reissues years later, this one you can never quite get enough volume out of it. I have read things on the Steve Hoffman forum about this, but this one sounds terrific to me. And I've done the hot cut cassette job on this one, where I find that the most distorted part of the record, noise-wise, set the settings on a high level. So even though it will distort in the distortion, it's not really noticeable because it's already distorted, if you can understand that. And it lifts the whole rest of the recording by a fair bit. So my cassette of this is the one I play. And I play it loud. and this has got that rounded, mellow sort of sound of vinyl, which suits this album because this is his least rocky album. I call this is a jazz album or something, you know. It's genius, this album. Genius. My all-time favourite record. There's just no doubt about it. This is one I got probably about 10 years ago. It's a mono reissue, weighs an absolute ton, and I haven't. Yeah, it's the Hendrix Experience Hendrix. 2000 this came out. I can't remember who did the mastering on this, but the minute I played it, I went, "Oh my god!" Okay, I can't afford a UHQR copy. It's just I'm a pensioner. I can't even afford to bloody eat. I can afford to smoke and drink, just. So I just won't go there. But this is beautiful, heavyweight. Yeah. And best of all, they've reproed the track record label. You know, instead of that ugly Hendrix estate, sometimes they just put things that don't. At least this. Produced by Chaz Chandler, engineer Eddie Kramer. Well, we all know that anyway. Can't read the Deb Wax. My eyes aren't up to it. All I can say is this one, Experience Hendrix from 2000, which is 20 years ago already, sounds phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. The bass is more prominent, but not in that phony, artificial sort of pumped up way. It just sounds great. This really is the best version I've ever heard. I'll never hear I'll never get to hear the UHQRs that everyone raves about. But this one, look, I'm happy. I'm happy just to have the original. But this is a step up in that you don't have to have the volume cranked so high, because this one just sounds, it's really good. Really good. And a little CD I bought. I don't know when I got this. The CDs I loved because I used to spend a lot of time on public transport all my life. And some of my journeys were like 2 hours each way, 5 days a week, year in, year out. And I spent half my pay on pop and rock magazines and CDs and Walkmans and stuff, because that was my sanity in my job, which was working in a dark room, you know, on my own. So I'll never knock CDs, because this one I can't remember what it sounds like. I think I just bought it simply because it was a novel thing at the time to have these replica mini albums on CD. So I have played it, but it obviously sounded all right. Those two were mono. This would definitely be a stereo for sure. Doesn't say it on the. That's one thing they forgot to do, is to put, when they reproed it, they forgot to put mono or stereo up here. But it's an official, it's Hendrix estate one. And the last one, I've only got 4. Thought I had more than that. This was a rather controversial one. This is stereo that came out, I don't know, 80s. I'll have to look it up. No, 1993. Once again, I'm not sure who did the mastering on this. I think this one got some sort of negative comments. It's beautifully presented, you know. Remastering by Joe Gastwert, Ocean View Digital Mastering, released under the supervision of Alan Douglas. I think this one got a lot of, caught some flack. I've never had a problem with it. I don't know. I mean, it's obviously not the mono, so I don't play these. I only play the mono vinyl now, or cassette copy of them. These were strictly for listening to. This was strictly, along with the other two. You know, the first one, and to me they sounded great, and I loved the covers. They really. That's when I loved Jimmy. You know, the photos from the late '66, early '67. He was the coolest guy on the planet. You know. Absolutely. Before he got the ghastly afros and all that, he was so cool at that time. So I love the artwork on these. So there's nothing much more to say. So they are my copies of Axis Bowler's Love. Oh, okay, everyone. Take care now, please.